Hi Pisces, this is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. This is your three-card reading for January 31st through February 7th, 2021. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I'm offering 30-minute readings for $30. All the information is below. I hope you're doing well. Doing a different order. I'm always doing a different order with these readings, so I never know who's first, who's second. It's funny. All right. I like to mix things up. Maybe that's part of the message. Maybe it's time to mix things up. Okay. One more. I feel I need to re-dye all my clothes because I wear the same things over and over. Okay, maybe that's what I'll do. Mix things up. Exciting. Oops. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you get the 8 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, and the Hermit. That's a nice reading. Okay, the 8 of Wands. I mean, sometimes the 8 of Wands pertains to, what do you call it? Sort of stress, but I don't, no, I'm not, no, I ain't feeling that. I'm generally an optimistic reader, so if you want a dark reader, I'm sure you can find one. That's easy. This could be messages, creative messages, ideas coming to you, fertile ideas about, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, And, you're mutable, so it's like there's a lot floating around, but they're all ideas, they're fertile, they're good ideas. They're like ideas coming from the universe saying, oh, you should open a franchise. Oh, you should call this one. Oh, you should start painting. Oh, like that, which is fine, right? This is like the fairy tale card. It's kind of the fairy tale card. It's really about feeling sated and full and happy and almost carefree. Maybe that's your dream. Maybe your dream is about being carefree. Because this is, in a way, this card is like so perfect that I'm always a little leery of it, right? I'm always a little like, it's a little bit too la 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 la, not only you riding a unicorn, but, ribbons of silk are like surrounding you, it's really a little bit like that. Could also be about completion. Tens are always about completion. So maybe there's a creative project that you completed or some sort of maybe there's something that you completed that you feel really, really, really satisfied with. You feel really satisfied and at peace with. That being said, then you get the Hermit, which is an interesting card. It's actually your opposite card. I always pay attention when the opposite card comes up for whatever sign it is. Like if death comes up for Taurus, it's very interesting because that's the opposite. Or if the Hierophant comes up for Scorpio, that's the opposite. It's like, because I always see the opposite signs as really part of a whole. So this is about inner knowing, inner knowledge, a deep dive. a deep dive into the soul, a deep dive into the light that's inside of you. So actually, that might be the whole. That's what I actually think the reading is. I think the reading is, it's almost going opposite in a way. It's the deep dive of really getting quiet and being by yourself. Like really, really concentrating, because you get messages all the time. I talk to you about this all the time. Pisces, what Pisces doesn't really get about itself, I mean, none of us see ourselves objectively, right? What Pisces doesn't really understand about itself is that, it's the two fish and they're going opposite ways. And then they're connected by that sort of umbilical cord thing. You get messages all day long, like you're like the intuitives, you just are. And I think it's kind of a decision as to decision, a discernment. Because if you're getting a million messages, right, you really at the end of the day want to be happy, and sated and at peace. This is, a very peaceful card. It's very peaceful. Like everything is lovely. They're in the garden. They're all like, happy. It's like springtime. And it's like, well, I don't know how to get there, or I don't know how to see that for myself. I think you need to get really quiet and decide or discern what are the messages that I'm getting, or what action, or it's about discernment. Just like discernment is all about, let's say you go to a smorgasbord. This is a good example. You go to a smorgasbord, there's everything in the world there, right? Now, it'd be lovely just to go to the dessert table and it's like, oh, I want chocolate cake and I want red velvet and I want donuts and I want ice cream and I want a Napoleon and I want an eclair and I want a cupcake and la, la, la. And that's nice. But, you came here to eat. Okay? You came here to eat. And what I'm saying is discern what it is you need, what's best for you. It's like discern what is best for my soul, what is best for my higher self, what is the best thing, instead of just filling your plate without any thought behind it. Filling your plate like, oh, it's like, if you came here to eat, maybe, you need some protein, maybe you need some vegetables, maybe you need some fruit, maybe you need some grains, right? Instead of, oh, I just want what I want. I'm just going to get what I want, whatever I feel like at the moment. Sometimes it's, that's the right thing to do. Not now. Not now. Now's the time to really direct your thought and direct your feelings, So it's also about who am I hanging around with, right? Who am I hanging around with? Who's supporting me and who's not? And intuitively, you're going to know. So if there's somebody or something in your life that isn't supporting you, that isn't loving you, that isn't full and rich, I'm not saying you have to cut them out. I mean, I'm a Scorpio, so I cut them out and I set the thing on fire. But that's not your way. Maybe I have something to learn from you. Maybe not her. You know, when you surround yourself with beauty, then you're surrounded by beauty. Right? You surround yourself with health, then you're in health. You surround yourself. See what I'm saying? Discernment. Discernment. It's also Aquarius season, and there's probably no sign that's more like mentally discerning, right? The fixed signs are much more focused, determined, stubborn, and that could be a good or a bad thing. You need to, you know, use that energy that's kind of in the air right now. Don't leave your head at the door. You know, I know you're ruled by the heart. I'm ruled by the heart too. I get it. But you can't leave your head at the door. You know, discern, what is it that I need to watch on? How does it make me feel when I'm in touch with certain people that are not supportive of me? How does it make me feel if I watch things on TV or whatever it is, you know, I call TV, any of those subscription services that are like, is all dark and the end of the world? Like, how does that make me feel? That's what I'm taking in. How does it make me feel if I eat something that's good for me? It doesn't, just because it's good for you doesn't mean it doesn't taste good. You know, like to me, fruit is my favorite food in the world. So how does it make me feel if I just fill my plate with like all those desserts I described, you know, afterwards, and then, and you haven't really gotten any, you know, vitamins from it. Oh, it's a fruit pie, and that doesn't count. I'm not saying don't have pie. I'm saying discern. Discern. And I know what the discernment is really about. What the discernment is really about, because you get so many messages all the time, right? Because you're picking up all this empathic information. I need for you to, like, I would suggest this week, or for the time being, you know, push all that out and see what inside of you says. That's what this card's about. This card is all about finding one's own inner knowledge, and it's a solo affair. It's a solo affair. This is not calling this one, calling that one. This is about, you know, like going into the library, not asking the librarian for help. Well, maybe ask the librarian for help, you know, where do I find this? But that's it. Don't ask the librarian what they think of the philosophy that you know, that you're reading. No, no, no. Just ask them where the book is, or do the Dewey Decimal, whatever. That was really confusing, wasn't it? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Going in, shutting off all the outside noise. Shutting off all the outside noise to attain this: being full, being loved, being appreciated, feeling that. How do I get there? By turning off a lot of the stuff that's coming, and you're going to know. And I'm not really sure. Take a chance. You know, the only way your intuition is going to get more refined is if you decide to refine it. You know, it's like you get this piece of iron, right? You're an ironsmith or a blacksmith or whatever they call it. It's your job to like make it into a tool that's useful. That's your job, right? That's your job. Otherwise, you're just left with this thing of iron that, like, what are you going to do with it? You know, open the door, you know, it could be much more than a doorstop. It could be a tool, right? So if you go in, you'll know what tool to make. and kind of cut out the outside world for a while. Cut out the outside world. You know, that's how you're going to develop yourself as a Pisces, because it's like once you get that and you're able to do that for yourself, then you can actually bring it to other people. Okay? Blessings. One-on-ones are available. All the information is below.